Welcome to a new week of the Lion and the Lioness, and I'm so excited about this word that God's given me. I want to take you to 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 14 through 15. This is the Passion Translation. It says, "For it is Christ's love that fuels our passion and motivates us because we are absolutely convinced that He has given His life for us, and this means all died with Him." I want to talk about positioning yourself this week, positioning yourself in a particular way or place to be able to receive. And when I say receive, I mean receive from the Lord. Because we're not just receiving for our own benefit, but we're receiving to give out. We're receiving to give to all the people around us. Why do you think it's so important that we are constantly refueling ourselves in God's presence? I want to take you, well, first of all, if you're doing it the way God's designed it to happen, you're constantly giving away everything He's given you. That's God's design. God blesses us to bless other people. Go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. It says, "Then God blessed them." He blessed Adam and Eve. And then God said to them, "Be fruitful, multiply the earth, subdue it." I think about how God blessed them to multiply the earth. Multiply the blessing. God's blessing you right now to multiply the blessing. The way we multiply is by giving it out to everybody around us. Everybody around us. Because it's not about us anymore. It's not about what we want, our wants and needs. Even though that's real inconvenient a lot of times. It's really inconvenient for our bank accounts lots of times. Let's drop down to verse 15. It says that those who live should no longer live self-absorbed lives, but lives that are poured out for Him, Jesus, the one who died for us and now lives again. Self-absorbed. We tend to get so preoccupied with our own wants and needs, don't we? Our own desires, interests, situations. It's easy to forget about the countless millions that's never even heard the gospel, never even heard of the name Jesus. The Joshua Project estimates over 50 unreached people groups in the world are comprised, get this number, of 1.48 billion souls. 1.48 billion people unreached. We forget about those, don't we? So I guess the question God is asking you this week is this: are you positioned to be the blessing for someone else today? And if not, are you even willing to be? Are you willing to give up your own comfort and shelter to give somebody else comfort and shelter? Positioning yourself to be able to receive from God and be in position to bless others is really just about being willing. What are you willing to do? Are you willing not to live for yourself and your own desire, but for Jesus and His desires? One of the prayers I have every morning is, God, I give you my life today. May your desires be fulfilled through me. Positioning ourselves to be a blessing for somebody else today. He died for all of us. Not just a few, all. That includes me, you, and the rest of them. All of us, not a select few, but every single one of us. And He rose again. He rose again that we would rise again with Him to new life. New life, man. So if we know this, what are we doing with this information? What are you doing with this information? How are you positioning yourself to bless others with the information you've received? That's the question. Instead of holding on to it, let's give it away, man. Let's give it away, person by person, and let's impact the sphere of influence God's positioned you in. That's how we make a difference when differences need to be made. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do with the information that you've received? Are you going to give it out, or are you going to hold on to it? I pray that this would be something that you would think about this week, because God needs you to be in position to bless somebody right now. All the time. I love you. Until next week, peace.